Hi, my name is Anel Rivera. I go to UNC Chapel Hill, and here's my story. So I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I grew up in Concord, North Carolina, which is a small town next to Charlotte. Going into high school, I expected it to be like the typical High School Musical, but it wasn't really like that. I was already unmotivated just because like in middle school, I was surrounded by so many people and I felt like I was just stupid just because they were so smart. You know, first thing I try to do is make friends. Yeah, I had a friend group. They, at first, like were super nice. Like we were all like great friends, but then I realized that they weren't like the best people to hang around with just because I was more so trying to get validation from them. Okay, so when we were quarantined in our homes during COVID, I feel like that was definitely a way I physically grew and mentally grew, just because I started focusing on myself rather than my friends and who I was surrounded by. Around like 2 years, my multiple family members died. Some from COVID, some from other things. Like my uncle committed suicide, and my grandpa and like my aunt and my uncle died from COVID. That really did affect our family, specifically my dad. I had to see him in a very tough mental space. So it wasn't a great time for any of us. I felt in a similar situation during those times where my family was going through a lot of stuff, but I feel like I definitely bounced back better because I was more mentally and physically fit, I guess you could say. It was like, there's no way like I can let this affect me for the rest of my life. So I just was in a better headspace. Those aspects of my life definitely did affect me in many ways. To this day, I still think about who I surround myself by and what are they bringing to my life. I also believe it influences my life here at UNC. So I know who to talk to, who to trust, and who I can go to for anything. Even though I had these hard parts in my life, I don't regret them at all. I feel like they've definitely shaped me as a person to this day. And I've learned they were more so lessons than regrets.